Hey everyone, welcome back to another Beyblade vs Sparking or Super King unboxing, and today we've got a random booster volume 20 to open up, except this isn't any random booster from the volume. It's one where we've got a confirmed copy of Curse Satan inside, and I am so psyched to have gotten hold of him now. I spent a bit of time in post, but it finally arrived. And let's have a quick look on the front here at Curse Satan itself, and making a comeback just like Ren-Taro. It is Silas as the owner of the new Satan. And let's go to the back now for some more information. So up top here, it's got a bit detailing the new chassis system as part of these sparking bays. So we've got the single and double chassis. So on the left, with the single, you can add your own disc, and then on the right, the double has one inbuilt. Down onto lip, a bit of a stat here on how Curse Satan performs, and then over here we've got an image letting us know that you can make your own white version of Glide Ragnarok owned by Renjiro, with a couple of other bays from this random booster volume 20. And then we've got Curse Satan's parts listing. So starting off with his sparking chip and core. So we've got the Satan sparking chip, and then we've got the ring, so it's the Curse ring, and then down to what is a new part, a new single chassis, and that's going to be 1D for defense. And then finally we've got a new driver, and that's called Universe. So that'll be it for the information on our packaging. Let's get him opened up. Okay, I've got everything out on the table after struggling a little bit with some of that tape, and let's get those stickers on before continuing any further. Those are our stickers on, and let's start this review off with our chip and ring. So here it is, our Curse Satan chip and ring, and it looks awesome. This is definitely worth the wait. And so design wise, it is a defense type of ring, and they've used the same design but upgraded to a certain extent as the previous Satan. I don't have my TNT one here, but I do have my Hasbro version. So here we go. We've got the same style to those outer wings, and then the rollers, which they've upgraded to. Well, we got 5 here instead of 3. So just like Glide Ragnarok, we've got pretty much a souped up version of the previous one. Yeah, so these rollers are going to provide a good attack absorption, and then we'll get a bit of defense from the design to these wings here, and probably more so against a left spinner. So we're going to get a bit more of a knockback when going up against one of those, because of they've almost got like this teeth going on. So I'm going to remove the chip now and just twist to the left for that, because it is as indicated here with a right spinning ring. And then we'll take the core out, so just a bit of pressure either side here of that core, and then we'll flip them over and give them a bit of a twist, and out he comes. No teeth on these chips, just a reminder of that. They've been moved to a different spot on the bay. So with that core, it is the same one that we've gotten with the two previous bays, so Glide Ragnarok and Brave Valkyrie, so no change there. We're not seeing too much variation on these just yet, but I think they've got some plans for that in future releases, and then we'll get that back in. So just put him back in sideways and give that a bit of a, once I line him up, and give him a bit of a twist there, and click him back in. All right, we'll get that chip back on. So you'll notice we've got the larger portion of a gap here. You just line your legs up on the outer part of that chip with those, and give them a twist to the right now, and you heard that click indicating that that chip's reattached. All right, well that's our chip, and now let's move on to the new chassis. And with that, we've got the new single chassis 1D or 1 defense, and design wise you can see the defense style that they've got going on. We've got these corners that protrude out a little bit from the center there, possibly providing a small amount of contact or knockback to an opponent, but not sticking out as so far that it moves into the attack side of things. And then some deflecting angles here to reduce any sort of impact received on those sections. And I'm just quickly going to grab the previous single chassis here from Glide Ragnarok, the 1S or stamina chassis, and you can see they've got a reduction in the amount of metal on the new one, which actually makes it quite light, and you can feel that difference when comparing the two quite a bit. And then you know, the 1S has got that very rounded design to it. Any sort of contact is not going to be much of an impact at all with an opponent. It's just going to glide right off. And then both these are stamped with LR, so they can be used on both left and right spinning rings. And we'll flip over to the teeth. So with our teeth, we've got 4 teeth there, and just going to flip over the 1S, and we've got the same amount of teeth with that. So it actually looks like we've got the exact same tooth design as well on both these. And depth, just get on that angle. Yeah, they are the same depth. So you already know these are going to be halfway decent teeth because of Glide Ragnarok and the way they performed on him. And that's it for our single chassis. Let's move on to that disc. So with that, we get a disc you've probably seen before. It was originally released with Bushin Ashura. It's called Hurricane. It has a free spinning frame with teeth surrounding it. Just like Bushin Ashura, it is a defense type of disc. It has a good amount of weight to it, so it's up there with the O disc. So that's going to give us a bit of weight recovery because of just how light that chassis is. And yeah, I think it's probably choice-wise to put on Satan. If you're going to choose one from the GT series, it's probably one of the better choices you could come up with. And that's it for that. So let's finally move on to our new driver. which is called Universe, and almost in the style of that name, it looks like the planet Saturn. We've got a frame surrounding a very rounded tip here, so the frame free spins and the tip revolves as well. So we've got some more moving parts here, so to go along with Hurricane and the rollers on Satan's ring there. So lots of movement with this bay, and with that it looks like we're going to get a decent amount of runtime from this thing. And once it slows down and leans over onto that frame, because it's free spinning, that's going to keep its movement going for that much longer. So that's it for that driver. Let's piece him together and have a feel of those teeth, because the strength of those can change from driver to driver as well. That makes a difference to how good of a clicks we get as well also. And then we'll get the stadium out for a test launch. So we've got our ring and chip, and let's grab our chassis, and the way to attach these two is these inner bits of plastic here line up with these large grooves on that chassis, and just give it a little push and you'll hear that click. And now our disc with built-in frame, it's a right spinner, so I'm going to put it all the way back to the left there. And finally our driver, and push him down, and let's see if I can. Oh, that's not the easiest thing to achieve because everything wants to move on me. So I'm going to try and grab. Wow, geez, this is almost there's almost a trick to doing this. I'll work it out eventually. So, oh, there goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that took some effort. So I had to sort of hold the frame there and grab that metal part of the disc to get those clicks to go. Definitely was not the easiest thing to achieve, but we're all assembled, and oh yeah, those teeth are really decent with this driver. Geez, don't know whether it's just because it's so hard to move it over those teeth because everything shifts around, but yeah, they definitely feel a little bit stronger than Glide Ragnarok's. As I said, that just might be an illusion because of how hard it is to get this on. So yeah, let's move on to our stadium. Well, here we are for the last part of this review, the test launch, and 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And some surprisingly decent movement there on the initial launch, and circling back towards the center and taking that nice and smoothly. Jeez, and it does look like we're going to get a good amount of run time from this bay. Jeez, I am really impressed with this thing and the choices of parts for it. Let me just pick him up now. Well, that's it from me. Like, look at that. Like rollers, free spinning frame, and revolving tip. I hope you liked the video, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.